Before we start this video, just wanted to let you know that this video does fall under fair use according to YouTube's terms of service. It's transformative in nature for journalistic purposes and does not contain any copyrighted material whatsoever throughout the duration of the video. Activision is the source behind anything to do with Call of Duty, and if this video is illegally struck down, I'll be taking legal action to reinstate the video as soon as possible. We're just going to be discussing public information that was reported by the press, but without further ado, enjoy the video. What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you were looking forward to the Warzone integration with Black Ops Cold War Season 1, we might have to wait a little bit longer since unfortunately a part of the season may be delayed. We have details about that, we have some other hilarious fake news to debunk, and we have some other information that you guys may not have heard yet. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and also be sure to use code DYNAMITE if you plan on purchasing any Control Freak products to save 10% off your order. Their link is of course down below in the description, and now is the perfect time to save, especially with the holidays just around the corner. But first and foremost, for some of the official news, we have a tweet from Treyarch earlier confirming that the First Strike Mosh Pit is now a featured playlist within Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, and funny enough, First Strike was the name of the first DLC for Black Ops 1, which featured Ascension, and First Strike was also the first operation within Black Ops 4, so we got the return of First Strike. But in this playlist we have TDM, Domination, Kill Confirmed, and Hardpoint on Crossroads Strike and Armada. So this will be live through December the 8th, and this is also available for hardcore in the quick play. So there's that little update to the Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, but here's something that I really did not expect. So earlier today, both Modern Warzone and the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost reported that their sources were telling them that the Warzone integration with Season 1 has been delayed to not just a week after December the 10th, but a little bit past that on December the 19th. Now, first of all, December the 19th is a Saturday, so maybe they heard something incorrectly, maybe they were told information that is slightly off. If I had to guess regarding a delay for the Warzone integration, I would say a week after December the 10th probably makes more sense. So I'm going to make a bold assumption and say December the 17th, which is a Thursday, is probably the real release date of the Warzone integration. What they were told is that nothing else that is featured in Season 1 will be delayed aside from the Warzone integration. And if you guys are wondering, well, what happened? Cyberpunk is actually releasing on December the 10th as well, so this could be a Red Dead Redemption situation where Activision just does not want the competition on such a big day. And you know what? I don't blame them, right? Warzone is their baby right now, so they're going to want to make sure that all the attention is on Warzone for the day, when you could probably guess a lot of big streamers are going to be focusing on Cyberpunk once that game releases, so that could definitely undermine the ability for Activision to really push Warzone with this brand new update. But if this is in fact true, here's what I'll say about this, right? We still have quite a bit of content to enjoy with Season 1, aside from Warzone Rebirth. We of course have new multiplayer maps, gunfight, new zombies game modes, new weapons, and plenty of other updates that are going to be amazing. They're going to be fresh for the game, and the Warzone integration is probably what I'm most looking forward to, just to see how it really impacts the game overall. But if we have to wait an extra week or so, I'm really not complaining about it. I understand what's going on here. If you guys don't remember, Black Ops 4 released quite a bit earlier than it should have, since Red Dead Redemption 2 was releasing at around the same time a Call of Duty usually does. So what did Activision do? They made Black Ops 4 release a little bit early to not cause any conflict with the release of Red Dead and probably hurt some of the sales of Call of Duty. But you know what? At the end of the day, Red Dead Redemption did just fine, and Red Dead 2 multiplayer didn't do that well. So I don't think Black Ops 4 was going to be threatened in any way by Red Dead 2 last year. Now, I do want to make it very clear, I am not claiming on my own that Warzone is delayed, and I have no way to verify this information. I am not a leaker. I just bring you guys the latest and greatest Call of Duty coverage, including the news, of course, and sometimes the news includes some leaks. And Modern Warzone and Modern Warfare 2 Ghost have received good information in the past, so I figured it was worth reporting on this. Their links are down below in the description, but this could be debunked tomorrow, or tomorrow we wake up and Treyarch and Activision come out and announce this delay. So if that happens, or if anything happens that is, I will have a pinned comment down below letting you guys know what the latest is on this story, but take it with a grain of salt. I just figured this was worth reporting in case you guys were just interested in the Rebirth Island update for Season 1. I don't want you guys to be disappointed when Season 1 drops and all of a sudden this Warzone integration just isn't there. Is it possible that they're not ready to drop this Warzone integration? Are there problems behind the scenes and they're like, all right, now's a good time to delay it since Cyberpunk's coming out anyway? That's a possibility too, and I mean, to kind of keep us waiting, they'll still drop the other content that was promised for zombies, for multiplayer. That's always a possibility. I wouldn't put it past them, but I would say, if anything, if the delay is just because of Cyberpunk, then I guess they can get an extra week to polish things up, make things better, throw in a few extra Easter eggs. Maybe there'll be zombies on this Rebirth Warzone map. Who actually knows? But something I also want to stress a lot here is something I talked about in yesterday's video. In case you guys missed it, yesterday we recapped literally everything there is to know about Season 1, thanks to all of the quote-unquote leaks that have surfaced over the past couple of days, which Charlie Intel also reported on. So I wasn't going over any information that should have got me in trouble, since a lot of people in the media have also talked about Black Ops Cold War Season 1. But in yesterday's video, I did mention that there are 2 upcoming Warzone maps. People are still confused about what Rebirth Island is, so here's what's going on here. Vesrodanya Islands, in real life, is where the Soviets actually tested biological weapons, and in the Black Ops universe, Vesrodanya Islands, I believe that's how you call it, is Rebirth Island. And what they're doing with this new Warzone map is making Rebirth Island its own Warzone experience, but for whatever reason, it is laid out just like Alcatraz portals from Blackout. Why that is definitely unknown. They still have to explain that, I guess, at some point, since we have Alcatraz in Blackout. We've seen it in Zombies multiple times. We just got it in COD Mobile recently, and they're using it again. So obviously it's to probably save resources, budget, development time. That's cool, but they're gonna have to explain how Rebirth Island is somehow laid out just like Alcatraz from San Francisco. Now, besides that too, there is another Warzone map that is set to release in 2021. The big and new Warzone map that is on the same scale as Verdansk. So people out there that are looking at Rebirth and saying, well, it's kind of a small map compared to Verdansk, what's going on? Rebirth is not the big new Warzone map that you guys are probably thinking about. We'll be seeing that in a couple of months, and that big map that we're going to see in the future is going to feature areas from Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, some of the Fireteam maps, and some other new areas as well. So it's probably going to be a case where Verdansk gets a pretty nice revamp, right? Maybe not any new areas, but it'll get this 80s revamp to where it fits the vibe of Black Ops Cold War, and then you have the Rebirth Island Alcatraz map alongside that, and then maybe when a nuke event happens in 2021, Verdansk fully goes away for a while. They could take the Apex approach where Verdansk won't be playable for, let's say, a couple of months, and then eventually they bring in a map rotation where you have this new map that we have no idea what it's about yet, but we have this new map, we have Rebirth, and then Verdansk could be brought back into the mix at some point next summer. That could be how this goes down, but I know for sure Verdansk won't be the main Warzone map forever, and that could change as soon as February or March. So we'll have to see what happens with the other Warzone map, but for right now, Rebirth is just an extra map to really hype up the integration with Black Ops Cold War. So we'll leave that there. Now when it comes to some hilarious fake news, we should honestly start a series just debunking things at least once or twice a week, because I've been seeing so much misinformation going around, especially from creators who are pretty up there, right? Creators with a lot of power that if they say one thing that's incorrect, all of a sudden you have all the fanboys and sheep talking about it. You have these TikToks spreading complete bullocks all over the internet. It's ridiculous. So let's go in and set the record straight. So first of all, nobody out there has claimed that Keener der Toten is DLC 1 for Black Ops Cold War Zombies. I mean, first of all, DLC 1 for Black Ops Cold War Zombies may not actually be seen until Season 2 of Black Ops Cold War in February. We'll put it at that. But there is a possibility that Nocturne and Toten ends up releasing as a standalone survival map within Black Ops Cold War Zombies as a bit of a bonus in Season 1. That is possible, but a new Zombies map, that's probably going to end up being Firebase Z, and we'll talk about that more in a separate video tomorrow when we break down some more of the story with what's going on in the Dark Ether. But there is a lot of evidence that Berlin will be a Zombies map throughout the Black Ops Cold War Zombies season, and it'll of course feature a part of Kino, but that's not to say that it's DLC 1 or anything. I'm not sure where that rumor came from, how that fake news spread. There's also a rumor about Gobblegums returning, because there's a reused asset in the campaign of a Gobblegum machine. That of course means absolutely nothing, and I highly doubt they're going to go back to a microtransaction type of system that incorporates things like that. I think there may be a microtransaction system incorporated in the future, but it it won't be on the same scale as Gobblegums, where it significantly impacts your zombies gameplay. There's reused assets everywhere across campaign, and they mean literally nothing. So there's that. And also when it comes to Apocalypse, I've seen so much talk about this. So yes, people are speculating that Apocalypse is a zombies map. No, it's actually a multiplayer map. But now, as more information is surfacing, Apocalypse might end up being the zombies fire team mode. That is definitely a possibility, but all we know is that Apocalypse is for sure something to do with multiplayer. But based on the name itself, it could be zombies related, but just in multiplayer. So that is not a new zombies map whatsoever. And honestly, it's just funny seeing that such simple things that could be fact-checked aren't being fact-checked by people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars covering this game. And you don't have to take it too serious, right? You don't have to fact-check every single little thing, but when it comes to unreleased content, that's something you should probably fact-check, because it's probably very simple to find out what you're wondering about from lots of different knowledgeable people in the community. And that's the kind of damage that can be done, right? You have a couple million subscribers, you spread false information because you're too ignorant to verify something, then all the sheep and simps start running with that false information. They make their TikToks, they make their tweets, they get their clout, and then when the truth comes out, when the actual content ends up releasing, people get quote-unquote disappointed because their favorite YouTuber said that something else was going to end up coming out instead. So that's that downward spiral of toxicity that this community has been seeing for the last couple of years, and hopefully, just hopefully, the Call of Duty community gets better when it comes to discussing unreleased or rumored information. That's the truth about what's going on right now within the Black Ops Cold War scene, right? Nothing really major with zombies. I know we're getting new modes with Season 1, but we'll have to wait and see what other maps await us in the next couple of weeks. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think about a potential delay for the Warzone integration in Season 1? And yes, to clarify one last time, the other content that was promised on the roadmap is expected to still release on December the 10th. It's just a Warzone integration that should be delayed until, what, December the 17th or the 19th. And again, it's not even confirmed officially, so this could be debunked in a matter of 24 hours. We'll just have to wait and see. But really hope you enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.